What's up, pups? How you guys doing? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. So today is a video that I honestly never thought that I would do, just because I never thought that it was like, never thought it was a thing I'd do, I guess. But this is a video all about my tattoos. So I figured that I could make a video like this because I am an adult and I don't see why I can't, and some of you guys have been asking me, so let's get into it. So I'll just go in order of when I got them. So the first tattoo that I got, I was around 19 when I got it, and it is a sparrow on my hip. It's kind of in a lower spot, so here's a photo of it so you can see what it looks like. Funny story about that tattoo, it was done by a chick who was not very kind to me. She was trying to convince me to not get it in red. She's like, you need to do it in black, and I'm like, no, I want it in red. So she almost tattooed it in black, but I stopped her right before she started the tattoo and made her change the color of the ink. I had wanted it facing inward, but she actually tattooed it facing out. Either way, I probably should have been paying attention more when she actually put like the design on before she actually tattooed it, but I think I was just so nervous because it was my first tattoo. Now I don't mind it. It's definitely one of those tattoos that I'm like, yeah, this was totally my first tattoo. I got a sparrow on my hip. I actually never got another sparrow on the other side, even though she printed out like a piece of paper of her drawing because she actually drew the sparrow. So she printed it out and gave it to me just in case I ever wanted to go get the other side done, and I never did. But yeah, that was my first tattoo. It was really painful. I remember it being okay when it was towards the outside of my hip, but once she started going closer to the vajay, dude, it was like killer. I had to tell her to stop at one point, and she's like, if I stop, it's only gonna make it worse. And I had to like fight through a panic attack because she refused to stop. So the experience was not so great, but I'm okay with it now. It's there, it's on my body, and it's a part of me. So my second tattoo, if I recall correctly, was my anchor that I have right here, my ribs, my rib cage. It's really small though. It's like this big. This was the second tattoo that I got. I didn't go back to the same place. I went to a different place. It's a super small anchor, and actually if I had to pick one tattoo that like I don't like now, it's that anchor. I'm sure you could tell by the photo that it's like super like blown out and like fuzzy, and the ink has spread. I got it in the worst place ever. I specifically asked for it to be in a place where I could hide it because I was young. I really wasn't supposed to be getting tattoos, so I wanted to be able to hide them from my parents. That was a bad decision because I got it like right where my bra goes, and so from years of like putting a bra on, taking it off, the skin getting like rubbed raw from that, it's actually blown out the tattoo and it's very fuzzy. So I most likely will end up getting that covered one day just because I don't really want a blown out tattoo on my side. But what's good about it is that when I wear a bathing suit and stuff, you can't really see it, so it's completely hidden. My third tattoo is also in a place that's really weird to show on camera. It's kind of next to my bird tattoo on my hip, but like it goes towards my butt area. And it says no regrets. Oh, I guess I should mention, I didn't even think about telling you guys pricing. The sparrow costs $80, the anchor costs $50, and the no regrets also costs $80. The artist drew it up for me in the shop. He like used his own lettering. It came out really, really great. The only part of it that really hurt was when it got close to my butt. This is kind of an unpopular opinion or idea when it comes to tattoos, but I find that they hurt worse in like the fatty areas and when they're on like the bone or like a hard area, I guess, like it doesn't hurt as much. I know that that's the opposite for a lot of people. They think that the fatty areas hurt less and the bone areas hurt more. But like when I got that small one on my ribs, it didn't hurt at all. And like I said, with the no regrets, it only really hurt when it started getting on the back area towards my butt. I don't regret getting that tattoo. I say that to my mom a lot too, so no regrets. That's how I try to live my life, is only experiences. And then it makes everything that much better. My fourth tattoo, and it's really hard to see. I don't even know if you guys are gonna be able to see this. So I have a tattoo right here on my wrist. It's a white ink tattoo. I think I'm gonna have to do a photo. I have a very small white ink Deathly Hallows that I got. This tattoo cost me $20. It was like super small. Like literally she didn't even put like an outline on me. She just kind of took the gun and went In the beginning, I wanted it because it was just like for me, like my representation of how much I care for Harry Potter, and I was like, I know that it's there, so it makes me happy and stuff. And eventually I felt like I needed a bigger Deathly Hallows, and we'll get into that. So, but my tattoo that I got after that was this All Was Well tattoo. So this was the next tattoo that I got, the All Was Well. And it is supposed to be that light. It's not a mistake. And when I went in, I said that I want it to be book script and I want it to look like it's like faded book script. If you look at a book that you have, the ink on the page is never like fully black. It's always that like off black color. So that's what I wanted when I got it tattooed. I think he charged me $60 for it. When he first tattooed it and it healed fully, it was so light that you couldn't see it. So I actually had to go back to the artist and I told him I was not happy with it, and I apologized because I said I know it's my fault and I wanted it not like black, I wanted it off black. But he was super kind about it and he re-tattooed over it, and it's still a little bit too light for what I wanted. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just still a little bit too light. But yeah, so that was the tattoo that I got after that. All Was Well is the last line of the last Harry Potter book. This entire arm eventually will be Harry Potter, so that's a thing that can be expected in the future of Kayleigh. But yeah, and then the tattoo I got following that was my Deathly Hallows symbol, which is also right here on my arm. So this is the larger Deathly Hallows symbol that I ended up getting. That was pretty spur of the moment. I went into a random shop and I was just like, I really want to get just a Deathly Hallows. Like, I already have one, but I want another one. And she was like, oh, I'd love to do it right now. I think the Deathly Hallows was either 50 or 60 bucks, so it wasn't too bad. A lot of my tattoos have been under 100, by the way, because my tattoos have never been like that intricate. Yeah, it was like 50 or 60 bucks, and it was really easy. She did a really great job on the line work. I do have to say, as of recent, it's been bleeding a little bit more towards the top of the Hallows. And right here, where the circle meets the line, there's like some ink missing, which like bugs the crap out of me. My artist that I go to currently has already said at my next session she can actually go over all the spots that irritate me, so good. But yeah, this I just got because like I mentioned, I want to get a Harry Potter sleeve eventually, and I have pretty much everything planned out. I've known what I've wanted for like a really long time. But eventually this arm will have Snape and Lily and part of the castle, and on my lower portion of the arm right here, I'm going to have a Patronus of Millie, so of my dog Millie, who passed away. And then the only decision that I haven't really made is if I want to tattoo this part of my arm. I don't think so as of right now. I think I just kind of want it to be like all of it up here and then have like a tiny little bit right here and then leave. I don't know, I guess it depends on how it looks. Eventually when I start getting the tattoos, if it looks kind of funny having this blank, I'll make a decision. But as of right now, I don't really have any plans for this specific part of my arm, just this part. So then my following tattoo was this one right here. It's really hard to like, it's like a weird angle. Okay, so here you go. This is like the best way, this is the best angle that I can get. So these are tally marks, and they are inspired by Doctor Who. One of my favorite subplots from Doctor Who is the River Song and the Silence and Amy Pond, and I love that whole storyline. Like, it's one of my favorite story arcs from Doctor Who, and I love the idea behind the silence. First of all, I know this is a very unpopular opinion. We're talking about this a lot. Stephen Moffat is, in my opinion, the master of existential horror, and I think that he was super great for Doctor Who. I know a lot of people don't like him, but I loved him. And he created the silence. And here's the thing with Stephen Moffat. When he creates these creatures, he does so by using actual fears that human beings have, like playing off of fear. And so what I love so much about the silence is that you see them and you acknowledge that they're terrifying, but the second that you look away, they make you forget that you've seen them. So you can never remember seeing them. And what's even creepier about them is that when you see them, they can tell you to do something, and when you look away, you forget them, but you remember what they told you to do. So they can literally control you. And part of the story arc is that the Silents have been running the planet for like thousands of years. Like, they've just been telling people what to do forever. They made people go to the moon. They made wars happen. Like, it's so, like, I don't know, like the theory behind it, it's just so well thought out, and I love it so much. And so one of the plot points from Doctor Who, if you're not familiar, is that the Doctor and the companions decide that every time they see the Silence, while they are still maintaining eye contact, so they don't forget, they will mark their arm. And then that way when they break the contact with the Silence and they forget that they've seen them, they can look down at their arm and they know that they've seen one. And that to me was just awesome. So I got this done really shortly after I saw that whole plot point. Like, it was just like, I knew I wanted it. Again, there are some spots in this tattoo that need to be touched up, so I will be touching them up eventually. There's just a few lines that are a little bit faint. I actually walked into the tattoo shop though, and I said, I want to get tally marks done. And they were like, okay, do you have like a picture? I'm like, I just need a pen and a piece of paper. And I literally just went boom, 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 boom. And I handed it to the artist and said, tattoo this. I wanted it to be my own handwriting, and I wanted it to look like I had just done it quickly. And the number 7, people always ask me, why did you get 7 tally marks? really there's no specific reason why I got 7. I just really liked the way that 7 of them looked. 5 would have been weird, 4 would have been weird because it would have been just 4 lines. I just like the way that 7 looked. And I think this tattoo cost me $60, so. And that brings us to my most recent tattoo, which was the one I got done at SuperCon on the 4th of July. And that is my Rebel Alliance symbol. Now this tattoo is by far the most intricate tattoo that I have. I'm sure you've just noticed that the only other tattoo that I have that had any color, not even color, but just shading, was the No Regrets. Everything else has always been outlined. So this is my first instance where I had a really intricate tattoo, and it was honestly like one of the easiest experiences ever. So I just realized that I didn't tell you about the pain level for the tattoos that are on my arms, but this one I didn't feel at all. This one hurt the most out of any tattoo that I've ever received in my entire life. This was so painful. I can't express to you how painful this was. This one was okay. It was not so bad, like in this area. Again, it got a little bit, like when we got to the crevice right here, it hurt a little bit, but by far this one is the worst one. So I'm anticipating that when I get my Millie tattoo, it's gonna hurt really bad, like up here, but down here it should be fine. This one didn't hurt at all, like not at all. It got a little bit tingy, like right here, but this part on my arm didn't hurt at all. So this one up here, probably, and I'm not saying, like, I'm being truthful, this was the least painful tattoo that I've ever received. None of this part hurt. This part didn't hurt at all, like at all. None of this hurt. The only part that started getting a little bit painful, oh, we have like a little bug bite right here. The only part that started getting painful was right here because we're starting to get into like the tender underarm area back here. Granted, my artist was, as she would go with the shading and the coloring, she was spraying on like a topical anesthesia that would kind of numb it a little bit. But even so, I told her too, I was like, I can't really, like, I feel what you're doing. I can still feel that there's a little bit of irritation and pain to it, but it didn't hurt. This was also the first tattoo that I've ever got that I didn't have a panic attack. My artist, Erin Odea, if you live in South Florida and you're looking for an amazing artist, please follow her on Instagram. Please go check her out. She's incredible. If you're looking for an artist, she is amazing. I don't know if it was just that she made me feel calm or if that, like, it was just, we were just talking like the whole time, and like I never felt nervous. I never felt anxious. Like it was completely 100% great. This tattoo cost me $120. I'm actually going back to Erin for my Patronus tattoo. That's gonna be my arm. And we are in talks right now of designing a Doctor Who / Star Wars sleeve for this arm. Since I have Doctor Who down here, I have Star Wars up here, I wanna do kind of like a mashup since they're both in outer space anyway. And another tattoo that I talked to her about was getting a Millennium Falcon right here and then like connecting it with space. So I'll have like this and then like a Millennium Falcon like right here. So yeah, I definitely have a lot of plans for more tattoos. I think the biggest concern for me is that I can't sit very long with it. Like with this one, it was fine. I think it took a little bit over an hour to do this tattoo, so it wasn't that terrible at all. That's the longest I've sat for a tattoo though, so I've never sat any longer. So I feel like it'll take some time for me to actually get like a sleeve done, because I'm gonna want to actually have the sessions broken up into like an hour to maybe 2 hours, depending on how much I can handle. I also have plans to get tattoos on my thighs, so money is a thing. Money and time and pain. Money and time and pain. There are things that I am fighting against. But yeah, so those are my tattoos. If you have any questions, please leave them in comments down below. If I didn't address maybe a pain issue or pricing issue, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer the questions in the comments. And yeah, so here's to all of the tattoos. Getting all of the tattoos. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If this is the first video that you're seeing of mine, hi, I'm Kayleigh. You should subscribe by hitting that red button right down below and we can become best friends forever. Links to my Twitter, Tumblr, Facebook, and Instagram are also down below. I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye everyone.